Hey, welcome back. Kicking off hour two of a Money Monday, and your money is looking up, folks. The lows of the day down almost 650 points. Dow picking all that back. Tech companies continue to lead the comeback. Nasdaq doing a heck of a lot better than the Dow, but as we speak, we were at 700 down early this morning. We were at 300 at midday, and down 60 right now. And, there's a lot going on in the market. I'm keeping my eye on it. I think, Nico, we have that other chart. I talked about it a little in hour one, but if you guys weren't tuned in, I think this market needs a good old-fashioned colonic where all this government money came into the market when they announced the Fed Reserve policy and the new, okay. If you take a look at this chart, this is a 6-month chart. You see where we were, 29.8, almost at 30,000. We had that hiccup, boom, down to 18,000. Started recovering, built a little support in there around 24, popped up again, maybe a little irregular or over-exuberant expectations. Now the Dow's coming back down. If it breaks below 24, it's going to 22. If it breaks below 22, it's going back to 18 and change. Mentioned a little earlier, I've been playing some golf to keep my sanity. A little later in the week, I'm going to be playing some golf with Wall Street veteran and legend Bob Compitello, who's also a famed radio guy. We got a little neighborhood rematch going with Jimmy Munson, Greg Manos, two sports legends here on Staten Island, and I will be talking about Comp, who spent a good portion of his career on the New York Stock Exchange, on what his thoughts are. But if you ask me, the Dow needs to clean out to around 18, 19,000. Spit all of this government stimulus out of the market. Okay, the market was at 29. It went to 18. That's when they announced the special purpose vehicle between Treasury and the Fed. I think Steve Mnuchin almost co-opted the Fed there. And then we had the Federal Reserve buying junk bonds, buying corporate bonds. All that money started getting sucked into the market from this imaginary printing press we have here in America. And that's the only thing that saved it. You know, there's an old fabled part of the government they call the plunge protection team, where people believe that the president has a bunch of Wall Street people on his staff that when the market tanks, they go out and they engage in open market operations. That's what's been happening. And there's an old saying, you can't fight the Fed. As long as, to me, that toxic, dirty stimulus money is rattling around this market, it's no place for beginners, and it's no place for people who are day traders who don't know what they're doing. And if you're in cash, or if you got in cash during this, I think you want to look for a bottom around 19 or 20,000. And from there, if it bounces with some good employment news, maybe construction numbers start coming back, the unlocks start happening, maybe in September, we could start seeing growth that makes sense in certain sectors. But for the most part, the macros on the market are hurting bad. I'm hearing a lot of great success stories from companies who have work from home businesses. You know, Carl Icahn said the MLM is the new form of entrepreneurship. And as you know, I'm part of a company called InvestView, which does online investor education. And we also run the commercial every day for the Apex packet, which gives people the opportunity to get involved in the big data economy. But we have almost 30,000 distributors around the world who work from home. And in that one little snippet of life at InvestView, we are seeing more productivity from people working at home who are typically doing this as a part-time job or a side job. So there are little places where there are sprouts of goodness, but I'm going to be checking in with a legend a little later this week, and I'll give you some of his insights, and I'll give you some more of my insights right after this. We'll take a quick break, more Liquid Lunch in just a couple minutes.